Harry shocked many people when he returned to the UK earlier this week, and of course, the Sussex Sugars are announcing that King Charles simply doesn't love his son because he refused to meet with Harry. This has to be one of the most ludicrous requests ever because there is a coronation coming up. It's such a big event, and the King Charles appointment schedule is, of course, going to be completely full. Nobody can just drop in to see the monarch for goodness sakes, and Harry knows this. I mean, he even fell foul of this once before when he and Meghan wanted to just show up unexpectedly to whine about something to the late Queen, and of course they were turned away. Harry has had more than enough opportunity to arrange a visit with his father, but I don't think his father is excited to see him at this moment. Now, as a parent myself, I would be so angry if I heard one of my kids openly making fun of and being cruel about our family, relating some very intimate details for the whole world to laugh at. And let's get real, it was the worst of betrayals, but still, unbelievably, Harry believes that nothing should change for him. Harry has made his bed, so now he needs to figure out a way to lie in it. And also, this week the king was already scheduled to be in France and Germany. Now, of course, the France portion of the visit was postponed by the French president thanks to unrest in France, and the king's diary is planned months ahead. It's not like he can just accommodate Harry whenever Harry wants to see him. But I'm guessing Harry and Meghan are going to spin this once again as the king has rejected them and they've been treated so awfully by the royal family. I'm sorry, but King Charles has bigger fish to fry than worrying about Harry. He cannot risk seeing him before the coronation. I think the last thing he needs is for Meghan and Harry to tell lies about what was said in the run up to the big day. He's not gonna walk into that trap, he knows better. I'm guessing Harry is under surveillance anyway, so they know where he is all the time, in case he starts going to Highgrove to drop in on his father unannounced. King Charles is the monarch of 14 countries. For people who don't understand the term, that is the equivalent of the head of state. That is a duty, and it has such an immense responsibility towards about 2.5 billion people. It is more than just a full time job. Harry, on the other hand, well, he doesn't have any job that I can see, and he doesn't have any real responsibilities either. He really is the epitome of the overindulged, wealthy, lazy ne'er do well. I mean, Harry expecting to be able to just drop in on his father unannounced would be like any American out there thinking that they can just call in unannounced on their president and that they would be given an interview. Even if they were the son, it would never happen. His Majesty King Charles has an incredibly full schedule, and normally it is locked down several months in advance. The people or places he's supposed to visit have gone to so much trouble and effort to create an atmosphere or to highlight something for him. It's not like His Majesty can just drop everything to accommodate his own family. I mean, major emergencies will be the exception, but this was obviously not a big emergency. I think it's also important to remember that this was not the first time that Harry even came to the UK since his grandmother passed away, and apparently he couldn't be bothered to meet with his father before. Even when His Majesty asked for a meeting. So what? Is His Majesty supposed to just accommodate Harry because now Harry's ready? In my opinion, it is the son's job. He doesn't have any real demands on his time. He needs to accommodate his father's very inflexible schedule. But I guess I'm forgetting that Harry is the center of the universe and nothing else matters. No one else matters. I do hope that all that whining allows him to sleep at night. And Charles did give one interview where he talked about his mother being distracted after her father's unexpected passing and her somewhat premature inheritance of countries that were completely destroyed by war. I don't remember him saying, though, that the late Prince Philip made fun of him. I'm guessing he was pretty strict, especially compared to more recent parenting styles. But you know what? I think most people in our generation would agree with this fact. We know, though, Charles did not spend over 2 years trashing his own family and his brothers, and he has never done anything to betray his own country. He definitely never wrote a book sharing details of childish little arguments, revealing his jealousy of his brothers, and sharing details about his genitals that nobody wants to know. Absolutely no comparison to King Charles and his son's treachery and betrayal. I mean, appearing in TV interviews, making a docu-series, and writing that bizarre biography does not make sense for somebody who allegedly wants his privacy. I mean, Harry included so much stuff in that book that was just downright weird. He outed the poor girl who he lost his virginity to, and he bragged about systematic bullying and tormenting of that poor disabled house mother at his school. And none of this is speculation. Harry is the one who made it everybody's business. He, as a grown man, decided to go public with these stories that nobody needed to hear. So actually, I don't think it's a good idea at all for Charles to meet with his best-selling author son Harry and Meghan Markle, who is threatening to publish her own memoir. He's probably going to say in some kind of talk show interview, well, Pa has apologized to us and I am satisfied and I'm going to come to the coronation. Archie's also going to have a big family photo on his birthday. Seems to be the first page in their playbook. Honestly, I cannot find anything that either of them has said that I have believed since the two of them got together. Both of them have some very strange mental health problems, and most likely they would require an entire team of psychiatrists to sort out. It seems like they have come from another galaxy. You know what? Probably the other galaxy kicked them out too. And I cannot imagine that any members of the royal family want to be associated with Harry thanks to the reason for his visit. I mean, most members of the royal family are opposed to litigation, and they probably don't want to be seen as being in harmony with Harry's opinions. Harry has already been caught as a liar on this visit. The royal family contacted the police as soon as they found out that they had been hacked. They do have a never explain, never complain policy, but that doesn't mean that they're just going to allow illegality to pass without doing anything. Parents can deeply love their kids, but sometimes when they are so toxic, when they are so disrespectful, you got to love them from a distance. We also need to remember that Charles's schedule is jam-packed weeks and months in advance, and he's simply not available even to family with just a moment's notice. And this is something that Harry already knows. Harry already knows that you can't just show up. And apparently he did tell Meghan about that, but she just sneered and she made some nasty comment. The other thing is, Harry apparently has a death wish on his head from the Taliban, and everyone, especially members of the royal family, need to be protected from him. I think it's also important that Harry be strip searched on the day of the coronation so they make sure he doesn't have any recording devices, cameras, or phones. And of course, I am not King Charles, so I can't know this for sure. But perhaps the fact that Charles didn't want to see Harry has a little something to do with Harry engaging in a docu-series calling the monarchy in the Commonwealth Empire 2.0, and also saying that Charles and Camilla and William were all in bed with the media, and they were serving Harry and Meghan up as sacrificial lambs. So if I were Harry, I would really respect when his father says that he's too busy. That's probably just a nicer way of saying, son, I cannot have anything to do with you right now. But even so, this initial hearing, it wasn't a trial with Harry in town, just so happened to coincide with his father's original plans to be in France, plans which of course were cancelled. So maybe the gambit here was to give the impression that Charles was avoiding Harry, that he preferred to go on a state visit rather than entertain his own son. Oh, how dare he!